Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Alright, so we're going to take a look at this post over on the Dokkan subreddit by Kairu2. I believe these guys, the group of them, they created one of these before. These are always interesting. I love kind of like doing videos looking at these like really nice graphics that they make, and then, you know, kind of see what like the APT stuff is. A lot of times I don't really... You know, like, a lot of these teams are not teams that I usually like to run, but I do like to actually know, like, you know, who is actually, like, you know, technically the hardest hitting unit in the game and stuff like that. So, big shout outs to them. I think they actually did a really good job with this stuff. So, the other thing, too, is that, so, someone hit me up on Twitter about this, kind of wondering, like, why, okay, let's just look at number 10, right? Why number 10 is Super Vegeta, and he's on the Majin Buu arc team, right? The reason for that is because this list is the top 10 hardest hitting TURs with supports factored in. And going even more in depth than that, it looks like it's just all of the like APT optimal teams. And then like, you know, from all the optimal teams, like what units are doing the most damage, right? That's sort of what we're looking at right here. It is also mentioned in here. Yeah, okay, so TURS would have made the list just with all the extra damage he's providing some of these other units. But they're not actually counting that. So I feel like they probably should have, but I mean, that's not a big deal. I mean, listen, we all know how stupid TURS is, right? So let's look at the honorable mentions here. Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, great card. Tech Trunks, amazing card. Zamasu hits very, very hard, but it's one of these things for like Trunks and Zamasu. They're like their first forms, and even for Zamasu his second form, like they're not like really too crazy, right? It's once they get to the final form is when they start doing insane amounts of damage. We have TUR, Kale, and Khalifa here. I actually am a bit surprised that TUR, Kale, and Khalifa are on here. Like, I know that they're like super good defensively, right? But I didn't think they'd be quite on this offensive level, because typically, like, what I've noticed is that, like, when we talk about LRs, like, there's a huge drop from the actual LR card itself to the TUR. Like, one of the big reasons is, like, the stats, like, the overall stats are, like, way lower for the TUR card than they are for, like, the LR and stuff like that. So, I actually was surprised that they were even, like, listed here at all. And then we have SCR Final Form Frieza. Very, very hard-hitting unit. Still a really good unit. Even though we've gotten another Final Form Frieza, that guy is really good. So, at number 10, we have Physical Super Vegeta on the Majin Buu arc team. I mean, you look at the team build, you know, you see you got Great Saiyaman 2, or excuse me, Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2 right there. High School Gohan, who, by the way, High School Gohan is probably about to get a Dokkan Awakening pretty soon. I think Tech Fat Buu is going to get the next in line to get an awakening, and then I think High School Gohan is after him. I'm pretty sure that's the order, so that's going to be pretty interesting. High School Gohan's going to be really good. And then Physical Kid Buu, obviously, you know, 50% is just nuts. So let's see here. So, average support attack 35%, actual gain 35%, 4.3 million APT, not bad, not bad. Physical Vegito, I don't know what it is. I can never quite explain why I'm not in love with Physical Super Vegito, and I've just never been able to explain it. I don't know. I just find myself, I'm not enamored by a lot of the, like counter unit, like, it's blasphemous, but, like, counter units, yeah, they're awesome, but, you know, we'll keep going. And number 9, we have a counter unit. Now, I was actually very surprised to see Great Saiyaman 3 here, but, you know, it's not that shocking. Here, I actually have Great Saiyaman pulled up. So, you know, with his extra chance to crit, you know, the massive attack and defensive buff he gets from having Time Traveler categorized on the team, he raises, you know, allies' attack, you know, by 1 turn. This is actually important for if he, like, has a ton of counters after he attacks, right? So, you know, you combine all this together, and then the counter units, dude, they really can rack up a lot of damage. One thing, I actually do really like Great Saiyaman 3. I've found that despite the fact that he does lower his defense by 30% one time, for the most part, it's actually not that bad, right? Like, even in some of the difficult events, like Super Battle Road and stuff like that, he can actually hold up decently. So, I actually do really like Great Saiyaman 3. I think he's a good unit. You know, maybe his links aren't the best, but, I mean, everything else about him is very, very solid. They got him here on the Time Traveler team. Tech Blue Vegeta is basically the only support right there, huh? Okay. I mean, yeah, that's interesting. And then Int Goku Black. I feel like Int Goku Black does work really well as a leader for this team, but maybe another Time Traveler unit would be interesting. Like if LR Cell has a Time Traveler category leader skill, it's definitely possible. And Gray Saiyaman 3 is at 4.3. Next, we have Dragon Ball Super Broly, who is on the Movie Boss team, but specifically, it's a combo of, yeah, we got Dragon Ball Super Broly as the leader, and then we have TURS as the friend unit. Yeah, see, this does make sense. I found that LR Tech Broly, like, he does hit stupidly hard, right? But, you know, he really does struggle for ki. So, putting him on rotation with TURS, yeah, that's going to help him out tremendously. And then you got a whole bunch of supports down here. Now, again, I'm usually not the biggest fan of units not being, like, on the category of the category team they're on. But, I mean, you know, it's optimal. What can you say? Like, you can't say it's not optimal, right? So, let's see. Average support, 33%. I mean, yeah, Broly's just super good. Like, once he gets that transformation to occur, you know, you can very easily get 3 super attacks from him, and he just does, like, silly damage. Very, very good unit is what Dragon Ball Super Broly is. Next, we get to number 7, and we get to STR EZA Gogeta. Now, one thing that I really love is that on this list, there are a ton of EZA units, and it just goes to show how well Dokkan has done with these EZA units, man. So, STR Gogeta is on the Movie Hero team, okay? So we got Gohan and Goten with Tech God Goku. We got the 40% support Movie Hero Gohan down there. Not bad, not bad. 15 additional, 11 critical. Yeah, for Gogeta units, you always want to go additional for him. And then average support attack 13%. Actual gain 7.2. Okay. And then next we have our boy Blue Gogeta. You know, Blue Gogeta. Really, a lot of these units are in the running for best TUR. Like, I don't know that I would... Personally, I don't have Physical Vegeta or Gray Saiyaman 3, like, in the running for best TUR in the game. But Dragon Ball Super Broly, SCR... I do think SCR Gogeta has a seat at the table, but, you know, obviously I do think Janemba's better. And then I think, you know, Blue Gogeta definitely deserves credit there. So his best is a Realm of Gods team, yeah. I mean, listen, that rotation of Blue Gogeta and Tech Vegeta Blue, it is ferocious when we're talking just pure damage dealt. Yeah, they're disgusting. I remember, like, using that rotation in the Transforming Super Buu event. Is just, like, it's nuts, like, how ridiculous they are together. So, yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. They link up very good. The only real issue, like, I'm sure Gogeta, like, if Gogeta was transformed the whole time, he would probably shoot way up this list, you know, with guaranteed crits, but he's just very, very good. I also do like this little picture they got in the side right here. It looks very good for a lot of these units. Okay, very well done. Next, we have our boy Tech Beerus, another EZA unit. This is on the Movie Boss and Full Power team. Okay, so double Dragon Ball Super Broly led team. Beerus and Whis, and then also a Tech Beerus. LR Broly and LR Gohan. Ooh, boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough rotation right there. They're gonna get blasted, dude. Oh, man. All right, Beerus 4.9. Looks like a lot of these units, they're very, very tightly packed together. Like, there's not a lot of separation so far for a lot of these units. And then, again, a ton of EZA units so far. Then we get the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma. Again, another counter unit on the Vegeta family team with LR Trunks. Man, that LR Trunks, he really has just aged so gracefully. Like, you just find him on he's good on so many teams. Like, he just helps out so many units. Him having Prepare for Battle and Shocking Speed. He's got a great link set. LR Trunks is just really strong. And then even, you know, he gets those super attacks and he becomes a pretty decent defensive unit. I am just a really, really big fan of that physical LR Trunks. He's pretty damn good. So, no surprise that Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma is here, of course, as another counter unit. I mean, you know, counter units predominantly are going to dominate, like, APT lists like this. That's just how it is. Like, you know, if you get good luck with a counter unit and they're attacking a million times in that slot, like, it's just GG for the enemy. Like, the Legendary Goku event is actually a really good place where you can get that to happen often, because especially in UI Goku attacks, like, I don't know, 15 times per turn in, like, the final fight. It's not actually, what is it? It's probably more like 8 or 9 or something like that. Maybe a little bit more. I think it's 9. I think he attacks usually 9 times per turn. but like, you know, you get 6, 7, 8 of those in one slot, and Vegeta, even Gray Saiyaman 3 with his crits could potentially do some decent damage if you have like a damage reduction item on. So I definitely, you know, respect the damage potential of the counterattacking units. Next, we have another EZA unit, Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Yeah, I've when using the Majin Buu arc team, I've noticed it's like, boy, that Gotenks, he got pretty high for a double 130%. Like, he hits very, very hard if you're able to not get his 12 key super, right? As long as you're getting his 11 key super, Gotenks is just, he's a fiend out there. Like, he's doing a lot of damage. Yeah, Super Saiyan 3 team, that Super Saiyan 3 Gohan and LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, very, very strong rotation. Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, of course, you know, you fall below that 70% HP, which is very, very possible in this team. That's why we got the 50% uptime on Bardock's passive. That is just going to send Gotenks' damage way up. Let's see, so 5.1. Yeah, he has a reasonable jump on some of these other units, you know, because a lot of these units, like the kind of upgrade is very, very small in numbers, but then Gotenks kind of separates a little bit. Okay, also I want to see, okay, so Bra is the majority of the support right there, and then of course TURS right there. Okay. All right, so number 2, this, I guess I was surprised to see Great Saiyaman 3. I don't know why. Like, I should have guessed, right, a counter unit, but I still was surprised to see him. But this Broly, I did not expect to see him here. I just did not expect to see Dragon Ball Z Broly right here. Now, I have noticed he is a filthy, filthy boy. Like, double super attacks guaranteed. Oftentimes, he's doing 3 super attacks. His crit chance builds up as he's doing supers. Like, they really made him incredibly powerful. Like, the only negative I could think of is that you're going to want him to super attack so he gets his defense, right? So you don't really want him in the first spot. But he's stacking attack and defense. He gives himself so much ki that it's like impossible for him not to super attack. He's just a beast. Like, when you think of how, like, Broly fights in the Dragon Ball Z movies, like, this card, I think, does kind of describe him well. Like I think they did a really good job with Broly's EZ8, and then, boom, here we go. Like, number 2, and, again, he has quite the jump on Gotenks right there. So, he's number 2 with a little bit of distance on it. Not bad. So, looks like this is a suboptimal switch with SCR LR Broly to get this Broly in there. I mean, doing that and the defensive power of the team would go way up. So, I mean, this is a team I would run. Obviously, I would just take out Broly and Paragus just because I'm not a fan of doing, like, non-category units on there, right? But, yeah, this team build, this is stupid. Like, Movie Bosses is very, very good, right? All right, and then it should be no surprise who number 1 is. I mean, Tech Vegito Blue. And then you want to talk about a big gap. Like, you know, there's some small gaps here and there. You know, our boy Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks opened up a little bit of a lead on number 4 there. Then Broly opens up a nice lead on number 3. But then Vegito Blue is just way higher. So right now, among TUR units, there's just nothing close to what Vegito Blue is capable of doing in damage. Now, I'm going to be very curious to see, because, I don't know, the chances of him being surpassed, I guess, aren't that common. Considering this guy came out in 2017, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's not that likely he's going to be surpassed, but I think the units that have the big chance of actually surpassing Tech Vegito Blue coming up is AGL Super Vegito's EZA, and then also Physical Vegito Blue's EZA. Those 2 units, once they get those Extreme Z Awakenings, the sky is the limit for them. Like, I mean, what if they gave AGL Super Vegito additional attacks? Like, who knows what shenanigans they have in store? I don't, like, are they going to give him an Int Janemba type EZA or what? Like, it's just, that's what everyone is waiting for right now, to see what happens with the 2 Vegitos, right? Because I'm personally thinking AGL Super Vegito will retake his crown as undisputed number 1 TUR in the game. I think that's going to happen when he gets his EZA. And then I think he won't have the crown for that long, because then I suspect Physical Vegito Blue is going to take it, and he's going to become, like, better than almost all the summonable LRs. He's going to be so stupid. So that's going to be very interesting to see. And then here we go, right? Tech Vegito Blue on the Realm of Gods team. That stupid rotation with Gogeta. And then, I mean, Zamasu has such an insane leader skill. To me, by far the best part about Zamasu is his leader skill. Like, giving 120% to extreme types the way he does allows you to toss Physical Kid Buu and Turles onto the Realm of Gods team, basically. Just silliness. And then that's, like, that really, really makes Vegito Blue a lot stronger. I mean, you got Physical Kid Buu on a rotation with these two, like, it is dumb. Like there's no doubt about that. And there you go. Tech Vegito Blue, #1 with a bullet. I think it's very safe to say right there. So we'll see how long his reign continues. Again, this guy came out on what? December 28th of 2017, I think. Here, let's double check real quick. But I think it's like December 28th of 2017. Yeah, there he is. December 28th, 2017. Tech Vegito Blue just continues to dominate. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of him because he is a lot of RNG. But, I mean, when he gets going, there's really very little like what he's capable of doing. Like, he can put out insane numbers. Even, it does go to show how powerful he is, that he really can hold his own in the Legendary Goku event, even in that final phase. You know, a super attack is still borderline fatal, but it's like that for, you know, 99% of the units in the game get crushed. And, like, if the final phase was not type disadvantage for Tech Vegito Blue, he would probably be a top 3 best unit in that event, right? So, you know, we'll see, like, if they give us, like, a legendary Cell event for the 300 million download celebration, I don't know, just some surprise they tossed in, right? And then his final phase is, like, AGL. Tech Vegito Blue is going to be able to practically, like, 2-turn that man, because he's going to be having, you know, by the time you get that far in the event, Tech Vegito Blue is, he gets to a very silly attack number. Considering, like, you're not going to be running supports in, like, a legendary event like that, and Vegito Blue is getting up to, like, a 3.5 million attack stat, a 4 million attack stat, and then he has the ability to shoot out, like, 4 of those super attacks. It's just very impressive, right? So, we'll see what's going to continue to come in the future with Tech Vegito Blue and others. So, thanks, guys, for watching. Big shout-outs, of course, to the team here. Let me go ahead and shout all these dudes out before we finish up here. So we got Kairu 2, Trash Guy Bob, and then Prism Azure. Very, very well done by them. Make sure you all go check out the posts on the subreddit. Show them love, because I always do like seeing the optimal stuff, even if, you know, it's not stuff that I really use, right? So thanks again, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.